Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. True. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the...
Okay, Coach, thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back. Here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
He's at 53! Protein spill! Switch!
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Fresno.
Now Howard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Watch the screen. Under 10. 10. Mike 54. Here we go, D. Alpha.
They'll try to run forward with Howard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Check three.
On the delay, it's Howard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Squeeze, double. Alert! Mike 51.
Now they'll throw with Brady. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be third down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Wait, set. 380. Hey, 66.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And he finds Stills, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line.
Where you at? Who's that? Who's that?
Running with Howard. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, but some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Check nickel. Check hot route. Hot. Switch. On the ball. Be careful.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey, high 7.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Denver has the 1st down. The play going for 15 yards.
Here we go. Beauty base.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, 4 down.
Look at me. Score.
Shoot.
Bravo. Yo, go.
I got you.
Ready?
Lock now on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Courtland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I got you, son.
72.
Right there. 54, Mike. Watch the slant.
Go.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike, 54. Mike.
Let's go. No, 66.
Get him.
150.
Brady. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Dolphin 1st down.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On 1st down, they run with Howard, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I don't think you got it, son. Watch the eye.
They run with Howard. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wait, set. 53. Hey, check it.
Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine. Let's go, defense.
Hey, 2.
55 mine, guys. 55. Hey, we got to get
Hey, Alabama.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. It's a party now. It's
Ozzy.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Sponge. No.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Rush in. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
52's the mic. 3 bud. Wide.
Hey, lock it.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now.
Boston Scott, his first carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hard, hard.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. It's a party now. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Big stop, G. Big stop.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Lock. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing now is Brady. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Brady now. Closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Brady. Going deep here for Still. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Still's the intended target. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And McManus able to put it through. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get. And you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Hey, wahoo!
You got tight. You got tight.
Man.
Show it in. Show it in.
Yep. Complete grip.
Block will try again on second down. He completes this to Sutton. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Kill. Check 4. Check 43. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check. Crunch. Slam.
80 weapon.
Jim.
Hustle.
Tight dog.
Look at me. Jaw. Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That's good for Broncos. First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On the ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You're out.
He's checking.
Look. Squeeze. Hit it.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll go again with Lindsey. To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much.
Let's go now.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Hard.
Back. Check.
Go.
Check 15. Check
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
At the 43-yard line.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf. Hey, Sam off.
Here we go. Whip.
Leo.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Charlie.
At the 45-yard line.
Rock it.
SOS. Check.
Buzz. Yes.
Mike 20. We got to get
Go.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. They'll
begin the drive with Howard. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Shit, shit. Big gas.
You draw Corker. House him.
36.
They go with Howard again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
51 to mine. Check 24.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Safety's creeping.
To throw again, Brady. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. On first down, Howard. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 7, Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 46 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Fair.
Check. Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3.
Another run by Lindsey. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
60 outlaws.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check. Fresno. Under 10. 10. Check 3. Shift.
Protein spill. 5.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Door.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 20. Let's go, D.
Go out.
Check nickel. Check hot route. Hot.
Hey. Get it.
Now to the air. Lock. Eluding the pressure right. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch the safety creep. Slam. Kill. Shoot. Check.
Hurry up. Hit it.
Lock working out of the gun. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. Lock now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Tighten up. He's coming.
Hey, lock it.
Ready.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Watch out. Kill.
Go. Shoot.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Go on.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Sam off. Leo. Yo, now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Lindsey. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Rock it. Look at me. Zipper.
Check 31, check 31. Check 37, check 37.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Watch the shift. Hey, check 24.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. One final try now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No.